Shout out to Anime Gematria again, who reminded me on this last video I just dropped. Don't and anime is the reason why I did the video like a little over a week ago or whatever. Because tonight is UFC 322 with the connections to Skull and Bones 322, the society out of Yale, and all of the patterns we've been seeing lately with the trending stories connecting to that. But anime, let me know again. Don't forget UFC 322 is tonight in this video I made earlier. Okay. And it's interesting because I was looking at why does this guy look like Conor McGregor on the left here? Whoever this guy is right here. But it's interesting because I was looking at a Richard West uh, we go back and forth, comment on each other's videos, and I put in his comments about the death of a UFC fighter recently, and I didn't think of it at the time, but I was more concerned that the guy's got God in his name right here, Gado Godofredo Pepe. This guy just dies 6 days before UFC 322, which is tonight. And I didn't realize at the time, oh, this guy dies right before UFC 322. And again, that goes back to the anime comment, anime gematria. And then this follow up here made me think of it. And all of this stuff is organic. Like, what are the odds it's going to be a big trending story that guy dies right before UFC 322? So yeah, again, shout out to Anime Gematria who brought this up. It was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, right? And the reason why I wasn't thinking about that death and connected to 322 at the time until today, because this guy's got God in his name, and the Grateful Dead singer who died, she had God in her name as well, which was recently. Um, Her name was Donna Jean God Show, which I covered that story as well. I just don't know how to pronounce, I don't know how to spell her name, but look, she dies November 2nd. Man, if I can get her, just get her to pop up here. Let's see, right here. She's got God in her name. And look, she dies November 2nd. So she dies 1 week before Godofredo Pepe, UFC fighter, and they both have God in their name. So there's definitely something with this 322 number. And don't forget, I mentioned in the prior video on this, John Bones Jones, like Skull and Bones, connected to the UFC. Wow, look, John Jones is age 38, and this UFC fighter dies at age 38. Okay? Look, he dies at 38. Look at that. And this part is on the fly right here. And John Bones Jones is age 38. Look at his birthday. Look, his birthday's July 19th. And the guy who dies' birthday is 17 days before that. Look at that. Bam. Woo. And this guy, man, here's this guy here. This is amazing. And this guy dies the 9th day How to open the image. This guy dies the 9th day. God, that's it? Small ass image. This guy dies the 9th day of the 11th month. Right? 911, which connects to Skull and Bones. Which connects to Skull and Bones because George Bush Jr. was the president during 9/11, and he was a member of the Skull and Bones Society. That's according to, I think he said it in some kind of like book or memoir or something, biography, but the internet will let you know as well. And Dick Cheney just died recently, who was the vice president during 9/11. Jeez. So look, you can see the world is fake. Okay? This stuff is just off of the language. Do you understand? This stuff is just off of the language, man. We get all of it's like riddles. This stuff is all off of the language. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that kind of like a Pittsburgh Pirates logo? This is what I'm saying. There's probably like a Pittsburgh Pirates trending story. Do you understand what I'm saying? Skull and crossbones. Look at that right there, man. Okay, so big shout outs to anime. You know, we could go on and on and on. It's amazing, isn't it? And let's go back to this guy here. UFC 322 tonight. Godofredo Pepe dies. His birthday 17 days before John Bones Jones. And he's got God in his name. Like Donna Jean Godshow, who died. Grateful Dead. And she dies 7 days before him. And John Bones Jones is age 38. And that guy who dies at age 38. Man, that's amazing. So let's again just look down this card right here with, you know, what we learn as we go on here. Not a lot of this stuff popped last time. Sean Brady, which was connected to Tom Brady because the Patriots became great after 9/11. But let's just take another look here. And I'm not really seeing anything else. You know what? Look, that's amazing. This guy's got the name Benoit right here. Benoit Saint Denis or Denis. He's fighting today on the UFC 322 card. That's amazing because it's Benoit, right? And when we look at the guy who died, Godofredo Pepe Castro de Oliveira, he's got the Bret Hart birthday, Bret the Hitman Hart. And Bret Hart, Chris Benoit was connected to the Hart family. So that's interesting, isn't it? Right? Respected rivalry, but you know, out of Canada, the Canadian crippler, and you know, you had the Hart family. Shout out to you, Anime Gematria. Shout out to you, man. That's big time. And that was completely organic. And thank you for reminding me about that, Anime Gematria. Appreciate that. If you think about it, if you don't mind, because I have a lot of decodes going on. If you think about it, shoot me another comment after the results if you notice anything, or just a reminder, and then I can look at it again. You know what I'm saying? All of this is organic, none of it's forced. Okay, so that's completely wild. We'll see what happens with this card And there's probably some stuff right here in front of me. Maybe we'll catch later as well. Wow, amazing. Until next time.